Yes, Prabhuji.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामी इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. Welcome everyone for continuing our discussion on uh, the Bhagavad Gita, Learn to Live Gita. And we have reached the 12th chapter, which is the last in the Bhakti section. If that's how you want to see the Bhagavad Gita, the 18 chapters divide into 3, 6, 6, and 6. And the middle 6 chapters are Bhakti, the first 6 Karma, and the last 6 Jnana. And the last chapter in the middle 6 chapters is the 12th chapter, and the chapter is entitled Devotional Service. So we've already we had already done with the 11th chapter. Uh, okay, I'll just do a little revision. At the end of the 10th chapter, uh, Krishna told Arjuna, Athva bahunaitena kim jnatena tava Arjuna. What's the need of explaining all my glories? Just by one expansion of mind, the Paramatma, I hold the entire world, right? The entire creation. And Arjuna, he felt, yes, I understand it, Krishna, now. But there are people who just won't accept it by listening from you, by hearing from you. How about displaying it for the benefit of those who believe their eyes, or they love to see miracles, right? They love to see mysticism. They love to see something great, like American dollar will have written on it, God is great. Oh, what is greatness of God? So Krishna requests Arjuna, can you show me your universal form, the entire creation at one place, material creation, spiritual creation, right? So I had one time tried to document how many times, in Mahabharata, or you know, or in any of the scriptures, you know, does this display of Vishwarupa is done by Krishna. So close to 8 I could find out, right? But what was displayed to Arjuna and those on the battlefield and the Devatas and the Rishis who all were observing it, right? This was the unprecedented one. This Vishwarupa that Krishna displays in the Bhagavad Gita, while he's speaking Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna in the 11th chapter, is the one which also includes the time factor. And that's why it was very, very scary for Arjuna. Even Arjuna got scared. What's going on? How the time is defeating everyone, how the time kills everyone. This energy of yours, Krishna, as time is is so bewildering and is so difficult to even fathom. So, and Arjuna specifically asked Krishna, who are you? And Krishna says, Kalosmi, time I am. Lokakshay pravriddha. I've come here to finish everyone and everything. So there is an energy working against me, right? Like which is called time. Mostly people feel sometimes, okay, sorry, sometimes people may feel, oh, I'm not able to pass time. No, you don't need to. Time will pass. Even if you don't, if you cannot pass time, time will still pass. And the way time will pass, you cannot even bring a second back. That's why Chanakya Pandit says, Ayusham kshanam ekopi na labhyate swarna koti bihi. Even one moment in this human form of life cannot be purchased back by giving millions of dollars. You cannot. The time that's gone is gone. Right? And this time factor was displayed to Arjuna. And Arjuna requested Krishna, please, do you mind and wind up this feature of yours, this universal form feature of yours? Krishna said, okay, my devotee, so be it. Then Arjuna asked, can I show you can I see your the four-handed form which the scriptures display or explain about the Vishnu Rupa? Right? Shankh, Chakra, Gada, Padma, like people go to Tirupati, they hardly get darshan for a few seconds, and many times you ask people, what did you see? I don't know, what did I see? Something was there, right? But the Balaji Swarupa is the four-handed form, the Swarupa that was shown to Vasudeva and Devaki in Kamsa's prison, the four-handed form. And then Devaki requested, do you mind do you mind turning into a small baby so that I can hide you, you know, uh, in my under my sari, so that Kamsa will not take you away. Now she's not able to understand she's talking to whom. She's talking to Vishnu, the four-handed form worshipped by everyone, right? But she's feeling, oh, become a small baby. Okay. So then Arjuna requested, can I see the four-handed form? And Krishna displayed his four-handed Vishnu Swarupa. Then Arjuna asked, is there still more, right, to see? And is there still more secretive form of yours? Then Krishna displayed his two-handed form. Sudurdasham idam rupam. Uh, uh, Sudurdasham idam rupam drishtvan asiyan mama deva hi asya rupasya nitya darshana kankshana. This two-handed form of mine, the Shama Sundar form. Oh, even the devatas are praying. It is so rare. Right? And Krishna is saying, Aham sarvasya prabhavo. If you remember in the 10th chapter, I am the source of everything. Everything emanates from me. The 11th chapter proves, Krishna says, my two-handed form is the source of even all the Vishnus, the entire Virata Rupa, the Shama Sundar feature of Krishna. Right? And then Arjuna glorified Krishna and the chapter ended there. But now the 12th chapter, as we go into the 12th chapter, what happens here in the 12th chapter? So, I don't know if Hari Bhakti Prabhu, who took the last session, did he tell you the acronym for chapter 11? Did he share?
Yes, Prabhuji. Rupa.
Okay, so that was Rupa, R-U-P-A, Rupa. Arjuna wanted to see the Vishwa Rupa, so R-U-P-A. R is request, U is universal form, P is prayers of Arjuna, and the two-arm form. That was. Okay. So today's session, 12th chapter, devotional service, Bhakti Yoga. Now Arjuna, who was a full reverence for Krishna, right? He was in reverence seeing the Vishwarupa and the four-handed form. Now Arjuna, after having seen the two-handed form of Krishna, is once again pacified. Yes, this is my worshipable form, Krishna, your Shama Sundar feature. So now Arjuna will ask a question at the beginning of this chapter. Arjuna wants to be secure about his own position as a devotee of Krishna, right? Because Krishna also is mentioned before in the 4th chapter, Bhakto Sime Sakhacha iti. Arjuna, you are my devotee. That's why this rahasyam hi etad uttamam. This great rahasya I'm revealing to you, this Bhagavad Gita. So Arjuna is an established devotee of Krishna, known devotee of Krishna. But he wants to know, Krishna, you showed me so many forms. And there are two, in the broad category, there are two varieties of worshippers. Arjuna wants to be secure about his own position as a devotee. So Arjuna wants to clarify amongst the two kinds of worshippers of your forms, who is Tesham, if you see the first verse, Arjuna Uvacha, Evam Satata Yuktaye, there are those who are constantly engaged in your service. Bhaktas Tvam Paryupasate, constantly engaged, they serve you. Paryupasate, those devotees, compared to them, Ye chapi aksharam avyaktam, and there are those who worship your akshara, huh? Those who worship your unmanifested, impersonal Brahman feature. Tesham ke yoga vittamaha, out of them who is better? Now, which are these two kinds of worshippers? You may have heard, actually, okay, I'll give you an example. When I would go for my 10th standard, when I was in 10th grade, I would go for tuition classes. My parents had put me for a maths tuition. And our teacher, what would he do? He would teach for 45 minutes and then he would switch off the lights, right? And then switch on one bulb, right? And then he would tell us, now we will meditate on God. And we were like, meditate on God? What do you want to say, meditate on God? What do you do in darkness, meditation? Then he would switch on one bulb, one small zero power bulb, very small bulb. And then he would tell us, God is light. Let us meditate on light. And in the darkness, all of us kids, and he would tell us, meditate on that, light. And we would argue with, after the whole session, 10-minute session would get over. And that would happen once a week, when we would go and talk to each other, and we would make fun of our teacher. He makes first dark, he puts everything, he'll darken the room and then switch on one bulb, and then he expects us to do meditation. Oh, he's not bulb, he's tube light. Our teacher is tube light. He doesn't understand what to do, right? And then we would say, he's asking us to meditate on the light, right? But behind the light, there is bulb. And he's saying light is everything. So there are those who want to worship the light. Where is this ultimate light? All the light coming from? It's coming from the Kanti of Krishna. This is the effulgence coming from Krishna's form. Like you may have seen, if they have to display Jesus, they'll display some sort of a light coming from his form. Right? They have to display some, spiritual personality, they'll display some light. Right? And one lady who is a PhD in this subject in India, she one time gave a presentation in our temple. She has made a machine which clicks a photograph of a person who, in front. And what does this machine do? This machine, when it gives the photograph, it actually shows the kind of light coming from the body. Right? And from that light, she tells, what kind of diseases, karma, this, that's her theory. Right? So this light coming from Krishna's form, the impersonal light, that is this. So you see, aksharam avyaktam. So then people will say, yes, Atma is also light, and ultimately Atma has to go and merge into this impersonal light coming from Krishna. Right? You must have heard about mukti, and once one we get liberation, then we go and merge into that light. So where is this light coming from? Krishna only. But there are those worshippers, they will worship Krishna, but their prayer is so much frustrated in this world with relationships and form. No more form, no more relationship. Let it be one light, and we go and merge into light. And generally, you find the prayers that are offered in Western world, or sometimes in India also nowadays. May the soul attain peace. What do you mean by peace? Light. They'll merge into that light and eternal peace. Why do they want that peace? Because they've experienced, in the reflection, the perverted reflection, this material world, they tried their best with relationships, they tried their best with the form, and they find it limits them, it frustrates them. So the realization is no more form, no more relationship, and let it just become, let me just go and merge into that light. So there are those worshippers, avyakta upasaka, right? Aksharam, avyaktam upasaka, they are there. Their desire is to merge into Krishna's light, the light coming from Krishna's form. But Arjuna is asking before that, Satata yuktaye bhaktas tvam paryupasate. But those who worship you, right? Satata yukta, they want to worship you, they want to become your devotee of your personal form. You see, the Brajavasis, the Vrindavan devotees of Krishna, they don't want anything else. They only want Krishna. Why do you want Krishna? Why do you love Krishna? Because he's Krishna. Not because he's God also. He may be, he could be, but he's our Krishna. He's so lovable. He's so loving. Right? So, two kinds of devotees. There are those who are called pure devotees. There are those who are called impersonal worshippers. The worshippers of the impersonal feature of God. Right? So Arjuna has inquired here, which are considered to be more perfect out of the two. Right? So Prabhupada says in the purport, the transcendentalist can be divided into two classes, the impersonalist and the personalist. So whenever we hear, some Hindu organizations, some guru, right, some club, some society talking about spirituality, we should be knowing these things expected. Unless we know and we just blindly go somewhere, we may end up putting our faith at a place where we think it is something that, I like, or I come from that culture, but it may not be. Within that also, there are so many, gray areas or departments, if I can say it like that. So the personalist devotee engages himself with all energy in the service of Krishna. The impersonalist also engages himself not directly in the service of Krishna, but in meditation on the impersonal Brahman, the unmanifested. Prabhupada says that in the purport. Okay. How many of you understood what I said, or if you have any question on these two kinds of worshippers? Anybody has any questions? Then I move ahead. Otherwise. Okay. Thank you. So we move ahead. So what has happened till now? Arjuna has asked this question, and Krishna, without spending or wasting any time, Varchimalini Mataji, do you have a question? You have unmuted yourself.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I guess still a little bit hazy on the impersonalist. Or what does that really mean? So that they don't worship Krishna at all?
They
Or
may
just a
worship
different
Krishna.
way?
They may worship Krishna, but their desire is, oh, the light coming from Krishna's form, that is superior. Right? And we want to go and merge into that impersonal light. Generally, like you're saying, would they go to a temple? They may go. Yeah. They may go to a temple, they may worship, but their idea is the light is more important. Beyond Krishna is that light. Right? Like if you see the Bhagavad Gita of Dr. Radha Krishnan, right? This this uh, this Bhagavad Gita, when Krishna is saying man mana bhava mad bhakto, man mana, think of me with your mind, bhava mad bhakta, become my devotee, mad yaji, worship me, mam namaskuru, you offer your namaskar to me. And Dr. Radha Krishnan will say, no, please don't think that it is Krishna that you have to worship, or Krishna whom you have to offer your namaskar. It is the impersonal light within Krishna. Right? So we have a body, and within is the real person, the Atma. And many times they will show Atma as just a light. Right? They will just show it as light, and ultimately this light goes and merges into the big light, the original light. They will call it like that. Right? Universal consciousness, right? Becoming one All this, all this is the impersonalist worshippers. Okay. So now if I ask you a question, does Atma have a form?
You're asking me?
Everyone, anybody can answer. Okay, should God have a form or no? Chalo, yahan se shuru karte hain. Should God have a form or no? Or God is formless? Wow.
Yes, Prabhu, God has form.
Why do you think God should have form? There are so many verses saying, no, formless. And if there is form to be worshipped, it is for temporary time. Once your work is done, throw away the form and move ahead. Right? They'll give example, use the form like the ladder. Once you climb the wall, throw away the ladder. And you find in India and everywhere, they'll put Ganapati for 10 days. And after that, put it in water. See, move on. Similarly, use Guru for some time, and then you become greater than Guru. You become God after some time. Why do you think God should have form?
If we have form, we are created in the image of God, so God should also have form.
Okay, man is made in the image of God. Okay, so we should also have form. See, simply put, Shamanta Prabhu, you have Shamanta Kaushik. You have raised hand. There is so much light coming from him that we cannot see him. His form only is not seen because of the light coming from behind. That's what happens with the impersonal worshippers also. So much light they want to see, they cannot see Krishna. Yes.
It was so timely, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. I had a different question, but I think you were answering some Mataji's question. Maybe once you finish answering it, I can answer.
Okay. Okay. See, if God is the source of everything, form, yes, he's so much, so many forms are coming from him, right? What's the logic in saying something coming from God, but God does not have it? I have a form, you have a form, everyone has a form, the creation has form, right? But God is formless. That means he's something less than his creation. How is it possible? How illogical? God should have form, and God should also have a feature called formlessness. So, Srimad Bhagavatam tells us, yes, Krishna has a form, but Krishna also has a formless feature of that light coming from him. So clearly two kinds of worshippers are there. Right? There are those who consider, and this light coming from Krishna is also spiritual. So the soul wants to go and merge into that light. But now the question is that a permanent place for the soul? No. Why? Because you'll find this impersonal worshipper, and as we go to third and fourth verse, if you have your Bhagavad Gita with you, okay, when I go there, I'll just. So I'm asking a question: is that impersonal light in which the soul wants to merge? I perform meditation, I go to mukti, I attain mukti, and I go and merge into that impersonal light. Will I remain there for all the time, eternity? No. Because I desire shanti. Boss, so much trouble in this world. I want shanti, shanti, shanti. But you may get shanti there, but the soul is Sat Chit Ananda, not Sat Chit Shanti. Right? Like Amrit Hari Prabhu has two kids. And when he's back from office, he will make a roaring call in the house. Shanti! Shanti, Shanti. I want peace in this house. And imagine his call is taken so serious. Next 1 month, nobody talks in that house. Then Amrit Hari Prabhu will make a next call. Why don't you talk, interact, talk to me? No, Papa, you said Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Right? So, somebody may be, creating havoc. You tell those guys, silence. Right? Don't be so nasty. Silence. But then you want them to, do some positive contribution, not just remain shanta, peaceful. Do something good, right? So the soul wants the soul and Krishna, our sambandha is there, and we want to serve Krishna, and in that service is Ananda. That's what we are seeking, right? But then one may ask a question, why are these worshippers attracted towards the light? Shanti, such a beautiful form of Krishna, such amazing devotional service to Krishna. There is so much rasa to be experienced in that service to Krishna. Then why are they attracted to this light? Because the experience in the material world, two things, the form and relationship. My form, when I see it, troubles me. This body as a form, the current. 1 second, let me go to my hotspot and get the current. Get it up. 1 second, it'll go for a second. Hare Krishna, am I audible again?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Okay, where were we?
You were telling Prabhuji that why they because the form is so troublesome, that's why they get attracted.
Yeah. My form, the material body that I have, which is my form, right, has given me such trouble and such experiences, and it limits me. Like if they say, if you give form to God, then you limit God. God is everywhere. Right? If God is everywhere, he has to be formless. But what is happening? We are projecting our deficiency on God. You find Bhagavatam giving us one of the avatars of Krishna is Vamana Dev. He appeared as a dwarf. Right? And one will say, oh, such a small form. Oh, he took for, and that form must be limiting him. And in front of Bali Maharaj, Vamandev, within the same, while being in that form, suddenly expanded himself to cover the entire creation. God's form is not like yours and mine, material form. He has a spiritual form, right? But these impersonal worshippers, their intelligence is so focused on the trouble that the form gives them, the limitedness that the form, forces upon them. They think, I don't want any form. Let me just merge into that light. But that light cannot be a permanent role. Sat, yes, you'll experience the Sat feature. Chit, you will experience that, but you'll experience only Shanti. There will be no Sat, Chit, and Ananda. For the search of Ananda, in the search of Ananda, soul will have to come down again and strike a relationship with Krishna once again. Right? Advance in one's relationship with Krishna. So Arjuna is asking this question, amongst the two worshippers, which is better? Who is higher? See, who is more perfect? This is Arjuna's question. Kaushik, you have.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. This is the same question followed by, like you were talking about the impersonal light thing. Like if you see in South India, they do this event called Radha Kalyanam as an event. And I have seen they glorify Krishna. It usually happens for 2 days, right? So the day one, you have all the Bhagavata coming and glorifying Krishna. They do all the abhangams and everything. Then I have seen this thing they were doing, that they light a lamp in the center and then they dance around the light. So I so I so I'm unable to like understand. Okay, yeah, they are glorifying Krishna. They are seeing form as Krishna, and then they also dance. So what this means? What is that they are doing there?
It simply means that their understanding about God is that God is ultimately light, and whatever can help us to reach that light. Yeah, use Krishna, use Rama, use Ganesha, use Saraswati, whatever form at this time is attractive to you, use it and move ahead. Ultimately, light you have to reach. Like I give the example of the ladder. You use the ladder, and once you climb the wall, throw the ladder away. So form is needed till what time? Till the time you have reached a certain level of consciousness. Give it up. Then the next form you can take. But all these forms have to be worshipped for some temporary time. Once you go beyond, then you don't need this. That's their understanding. Right?
Okay.
So
okay.
Arjuna is clearly asking devotional service. This chapter, Krishna, let us settle it off once and for all. And you'll be amazed. All these people will keep Bhagavad Gita in front and they will talk. Right? And most people will not take the trouble to go and study the Bhagavad Gita. And that's why these impersonalists have grown like anything in India and around the world. It becomes so easy to tell people, yeah, God does not have form, God doesn't have anything. Let's not be, is Krishna God or Rama God or this God? Use anybody you want. Ultimately, you are also God. That's what they're telling. You have to merge in the same light. You and God are not different. It's just some sadhana that you need to do, some practice that I'm giving you, some mantra you chant, some knowledge. After that, you are also God. I am God. You are God. Everyone is God. Narahi Narayan hai, Jiva hi Shiva hai. All these concepts they will bring, right? And so, like one time I asked my father, in my house, there's a beautiful altar, and there was Ganesha and Saraswati and Shiva and Krishna and Narsimha and Rama and everyone, literally everyone. And my father, even today, he will worship 3 hours in the morning and 3 hours in the evening, right? Before office and after office, all this he would do. And one time I just asked my father, what is your understanding about so many of them here? And he told me, आखिरी में सब एक है. Everything is one ultimately. I was like, what? Everything is one. Yeah, they're all one ultimately. What is it? That one light? Everyone, there's no difference. There's nothing called Krishna, there's nothing called Rama. They all are one ultimately. I am also Rama and I am also ultimately Krishna. Ultimately, we are God. Right? Now, during this, okay, I'm just giving you for the sake of giving an example here. Uh, recently during COVID time, so many of them propped up online, so many Babas and so many people would, nothing to do, when you're working from home or things like that. Then so many people were watching so many Babas. One Baba which became famous was, this in Vrindavan, Premananda Baba, right? With all yellow, his things. He has some kidney issues and this and that, and people have to, uh, Virat Kohli, he went and, was sitting in audience and everything, and he would say, Radhe, Radhe, yes, please chant Radhe, Radhe. And so many ISKCON devotees who read Prabhupada books, right? Who even they were watching, and all this time they were saying Radhe, Radhe was going on. And recently, somebody in the audience asked a question to him. What do you have to say about, Nar and Narayana? And then he gave a 20-minute talk. How ultimately we are God. We have to go and merge into. And now all those devotees are, kind of, breaking their head. What's happening here? We thought he's talking about Radha. And he says, this rasa is to be enjoyed while we are practicing. We need it while we are crossing, going through our sojourn in this material world. We need some rasa. So this is good, dasya. Ultimately, you are God. Can you imagine? He was talking about all this time, what all was, and even ISKCON, yeah. See, no harm here. See, he's talking about Radha and Krishna and this and that, and he lives in Vrindavan, he's a sadhu. But you see, and Prabhupada, he says, India especially, Prabhupada says, you remove a little skin and it all impersonalism. A pure devotee is very, very rare soul who understands Krishna is there and I am a servant. Hanuman is proud. I am a servant of Ram. He never says that I will become Ram one day. Right? Even during Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's time, Sanatana Goswami, this one of the Goswamis from Vrindavan, he walked from Vrindavan to come to Jagannath Puri to meet Lord Chaitanya. On the way in Varanasi, one person requested Sanatana Goswami, do you mind if I also walk along with you and go to Puri? And I also want to take darshan of Lord Chaitanya. I also want to meet him. Sanatana Goswami said, please come. And Sanatana Goswami was so inspired in his association because this person, whose name was Ramachandra Biswas, he would only chant Rama, 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 Rama. That means you want a blanket, Ram, Ram. You want to eat, Ram, 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 Ram. He would not use any other letter or word. Only Ram, Ram. Right? And Sanatana Goswami was so happy that I am taking a Vaishnava along with me who only chants the name of Ram. They reached Jagannath Puri. Sanatana Goswami offered his dandavats to Namaskar to Lord Chaitanya. And Lord Chaitanya offered him in response his Namaskar. But Ramachandra Biswas, he completely overlooked. He did not even notice his existence. And Sanatana Goswami was taken aback. Lord Chaitanya is the best of follower of etiquettes. Why did he do that? Such a nice Vaishnava, he's only chanting Ram Ram. By next morning, Sanatana Goswami could not keep it in his heart. He went to Lord Chaitanya and said, why Mahaprabhu? Why did you do this? Such a nice Vaishnava, he's chanting the names of Ram, but why did you overlook him? And Lord Chaitanya told Sanatana Goswami, go and ask him, why is he chanting the names of Ram? Sanatana was taken away. Okay, I'll go. If you are telling me, I'll go and ask. He went and asked this man, you are a sadhu and you are chanting only Ram Nam. Lord Chaitanya wants me to ask you, why are you chanting the name of Ram? And this person said, I'm chanting the name of Ram to become Ram. Then Sanatana Goswami understood, oh, this guy is not a pure devotee. He doesn't want to remain the servant of God. He wants to become God. See? Following, they will come to temple and take darshan. They will also seem to be chanting the names of God. But ultimately, the desire in the heart, deep within is, I want to become God. Srila Prabhupada, he was in Tokyo signing a contract with Dai Nippon Company for printing this Bhagavad Gita as it is. And the contract was signed and things are over. And, their team, Dai Nippon Company went away. Their one sales guy, he remained. to talk to the client for the to keep the client happy. Okay, the contract is signed. So Prabhupada, he asked this sales guy from Dai Nippon company, what is the goal of your life? And this person, he opened his suitcase, took out many, visiting cards, business cards that he had collected, and he stacked them on the table. Then went into his pocket and took out his visiting card and put it in between the stack somewhere. And then he took it out his card and put it on the top. Said, that's the goal of my life. In whatever area I'm working in my profession, I want to go on the top. And Prabhupada turned to his disciples and said, yes, with the same mentality, they will come to spiritual life. And here they will find who is on the top. I want to go on the top. I want to become God. I don't want to serve God. I want to become God. Deep, deep rooted that desire, that envy for God. Ichha dvesh samuthena dvandva mohena bharata. Krishna says this ichha, desire to become an enjoyer, and dvesha, envy for Krishna. Right? Envy, it's so deep, right? It comes out after some time. When service to God has to be done, then you see, like, you find some people, they are so eager to do service at the temple. They will come, can you offer me some seva? I'm here, I can do 15 minutes, half an hour. I'm going to serve. I don't mind whatever service you give me. I would like to serve. And there are those who will say, no, service I cannot do. And if I do service, give me the mic. Give me the, I'll take I'll accept the garland, and I'll accept the chair if you offer me. Don't ask me to wash pots. I'm not here to wash pots. We are servants. They're meant to serve God, right? So, a devotional service, if you see the chapter title, it is not just bhakti yoga, right? Prabhupada translated bhakti as devotional service. Make it explicit. A devotee is meant to serve, never to become God. Okay. So now we have only in last 45 minutes done one verse of this chapter. The teacher is very good. All the problem is with the students here, right? I certify myself. Okay, in next 15 minutes, how do you do the 19 verses? Let us try our best. I'll go fast from here onwards. So, verse 1 to 7 is, so this, the acronym for this chapter is G-O-D, God, G-O-N-D. G is Godhead. So, verse 1 to 7 is Godhead, G. 8 to 12, Krishna gives options. How do you reach him? What to do? And ultimately, 13 to 20, there's a very nice section, and we will not be able to go through it in detail. But you know what is that section? There are 8 verses there. So if you have ever seen bhajans are written in 8 verses, you'll find, stutis are written in 8 ashtakam, ashtakam, ashtakam. Here Krishna recites 8 verses, 12.13 to 12.20, ashtakam, and this is called Bhakta Ashtakam. 8 verses where Krishna says, these qualities in my devotees, oh, I like them a lot. So not even once you'll find, oh, my devotee, when my devotee puts on tilak, I like it. When my devotee puts dhoti kurta, I like it. When my devotee puts a sari, I like it. Right? When my devotee, donates this much money, I like it. These are all there. But Krishna goes deeper. My devotee is known by the devotional qualities. And he specifies in 8 verses which qualities in his devotees endear the devotees to Krishna. This devotee is very dear to me. This kind of a devotee, this devotee with these qualities. So we will move fast in those verses, but let's First, see text 2. When Krishna is answering Arjuna's question, so those who are impersonal worshippers, how can you identify them? You'll find they will focus a lot on this one aphorism in Vedanta Sutra, Aham Brahmasmi. Wherever you hear this, too much talk on this, Aham Brahmasmi. Yeah, there is much more. No, Aham Brahma Asmi. The word, actually, the aphorism is saying you are spirit, you are Brahman. It is not saying you are Parabrahman, you are Atma, you are not Paramatma. Aham Brahmasmi, they will chant on this. Aham Brahmasmi, Aham Brahmasmi. And another thing that they will chant is Tat Tvam Asi. Another aphorism which you are that. You are that. Right? And you are that. What does that you are that mean? Arey Baba, you are not that body, you are that soul. But they will say, no, you are that God. You are that God. You've forgotten. You are only God. You are only God. So eager to become God, they will interpret Sanskrit like that. Right? So they chant Aham Brahmasmi. They will, they'll cultivate jnana, knowledge. Right? So Krishna, he first of all in the second verse is Maya Vesha Manoyevam, Mai Avesha. Right? For those who fix their mind upon me, Nitya Yukta Upasate, those who continuously, worship me, they engage in my worship, Shraddhaya Paryopetas, right? With complete faith in me, with transcendental faith, with great transcendental faith in me, Teme Yukta Tamamataha, Arjuna, out of the two kinds of worshippers, Krishna, without mincing words, in the second verse itself says, see Arjuna, out of the two, my devotee who worships me, what he is better situated, according to my opinion, is most perfect as per my opinion. So the pure devotee is constantly engaged. Sometime one will chant, sometime one hears, reads books about Krishna, sometime will cook prasadam, go to marketplace to purchase something for Krishna, wash the dishes for Krishna. Whatever this pure devotee does, he does not let a single moment pass without devoting his activities to Krishna. And Prabhupada says that worship is in full samadhi. So Krishna in the second verse is saying the pure devotee who worships me in my personal feature, not the light feature. The personal, that devotee is higher, better suited, more perfect, most perfect, actually, most perfect. In text 3 and 4, Krishna goes to the other worshipper, Avyakta Upasate, and Arjuna had asked, Avyaktam Aksharam Upase, the impersonal worshipper, and Krishna says, Yetva Aksharam Anirdeshyam Avyaktam Paryupasate, those who worship my Avyakta feature, the impersonal light feature, Sarvatra Gam, oh, spread everywhere, Achintyam, Achintyam is inconceivable, Kutastham, unchanging, Achalam, fixed, Dhruvam, proper translates is an immovable, right? There are those who worship this feature of mine. Very good. What is their sadhana? In the last verse, Krishna said, Maya Vesha Manoyevam. So their sadhana, the personal devotee, the devotee who worships the personal form of Krishna, their sadhana was given. In text 4, the sadhana of the impersonal worshipper is given. Sanyamendriye gramam, they will control the senses from all sides. Sarvatra samabuddhaya, they will try to develop vision of equanimity. Stone and gold is one. Nobody's friend, nobody's enemy. Win or loss, It doesn't. They want to be equipoised in every. Te prapnuvanti mameva. They will attain me. What will they attain? The Brahman light. They prapnuvanti mam eva should not be seen as they will attain Krishna. They will attain Krishna's impersonal feature of that, because that's what they desired. Sarvabhuta hite rataha, and they will try to be equally disposed to everyone. Sarvabhuta hita. They will try to benefit everyone. Right? Te prapnuvanti mam eva. They will also ultimately attain me, my impersonal feature. And the acharyas explain this impersonal merging into impersonal feature is awarded by Krishna to even demons. You see, Aghasur, when Aghasur was delivered by Krishna, Aghasur's soul merged into Krishna. Even the demons are getting this. Imagine. That's not a very high, kind of something that you have achieved out of your sadhana. If you have to perform sadhana, attain your swarupa, your eternal form, and serve Krishna in the personal feature. Right? God comes into this world, Krishna comes into this world in his original form to display that form and attract us to that form. Right? And Krishna wants us to come to Vaikuntha, the spiritual world, and eternally deal with him and serve him. But yeah, there are these worshippers also. So Krishna acknowledges this worship of his Brahman feature, and he clearly tells they will attain me, the Brahman feature. But in text 5, Krishna compares again these two worshippers, and he says this impersonal path is very difficult. Klesho hi adhiktaras tesham avyakta asakta chetasam. Those who are asakta, attached to worshipping the avyakta feature, the impersonal feature, Krishna says klesha, great trouble they have to go through, great trouble. अव्यक्ता ही गतिर दुखम, उनका गति बहुत दुखी होता है. Very troublesome path they choose. Why? Deha vadbhir avapyate. This body troubles them a lot, right? Because of the sadhana. Oh, this material body, the soul has this material body and wants to attain the Brahman feature. Krishna is saying klesha and dukkha. That's all they get there. Very difficult. Even if that is not the highest path, yet Krishna is saying so because many will get attracted to that. Many. To find a pure devotee of Krishna, very rare in this world. Very rare. Very, very rare to find a pure devotee. Many millions and millions will be like this. And many a times we may also think, no, I am a devotee of Krishna. I am not all this. Circumstances will show this. Right? When we perform our sadhana, that time it is seen. Now, I'll give you just one example. Before Krishna came to Vrindavan or was brought to Vrindavan by Vasudev carried him in a basket. And before Krishna was brought to Vrindavan, Vrindavan was very peaceful. Very, very peaceful place. But as soon as Krishna came in, then came in Putana, then came in Bakasur, then came Aghasur. So many asuras, the fire, Trinavrata, so many demons to finish whatever peace they had in their life. So when Krishna came into Vrindavan, all the peace was lost actually. But the Vrindavan Vasis, they never said, Krishna, why don't you go to Mathura? We are troubled because of you. They are pure devotees. Whatever comes in devotional service to Krishna, good or bad, apparent good or bad, apparent pain or apparent happiness, everything is okay for us. Because we want to please Krishna. We want to serve Krishna. Right? So now, as we go ahead, Krishna tells, see, two very beautiful verses. In the text 4, Krishna said, they will attain me, my impersonal feature. Now these people will say, you know what sadhana we are doing? Look at, if text 4, oh, great souls. And these devotees, they are just making garlands for Krishna. These devotees, they chant Krishna's name. What are you doing in life? Do something serious, strict, something. What will you attain? Krishna says, don't worry. For my devotee, I will do the job for them. Ye tu sarvani karmani, text 6. Mai sanyasya matparaha ananyenaiva yogena mam dhyayanti upasate. But those who worship me, giving up all their activities unto me and being devoted to me without deviation, engaged in devotional service and always meditating upon me, having fixed their minds upon me, what do? Tesham aham samudharta. I am the swift deliverer of those devotees from mrityu samsara sagarat. This samsara, mrityu samsara, it's like saying somebody is drowning in the ocean and a person comes with a helicopter to pick me up and carry me to the land. Krishna says, I come in on the Garuda, right? Garuda, carrier of mine, and I deliver my devotee. Bhavam, but Arjuna will say, but how much time will it take, Krishna? Because for the impersonal worshipper, oh, dukkham, klesham, lot of time. For devotee, Krishna says, Bhavami na chirat partha. Won't take long time, Arjuna. Na chirat, not long. Maya veshita chetasam. Right? Now, Krishna, I just have 3 minutes with me. So, we go to the next section, 8 to 12. Oh, Krishna gives options here. Progressive levels of bhakti. Between 8 to 12 verse, 8 to 12th verse, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 5 verses. Progressive levels means the best. Krishna will say, do this. And then if you cannot do this, my devotee, then do this, my. Oh, you cannot do this also. Okay, do this for me. If you cannot do that, Krishna will go one step lower and say, at least do this much, my devotee. Slowly, I will give you Shraddha, faith, so that you can go to the next stage. So 12.8 is bhakti with internal senses. Not just external. Bhakti with internal senses is text 8 and 9. Mayyeva mana adhasva, fix your mind upon me. Engage all your intelligence. May buddhi niveshaya, engage all your intelligence in me. Nivashishyasi mayyeva. If you do that, ata urdhvam na samshayah, without a doubt, you will live in me. Okay, how many times Krishna is saying my in this verse? What is the scope of impersonal light here? Do it for me, do it for me, do it for me. Krishna is saying, invest your mind in me, utilize your intelligence, engage your intelligence for me. Yet people cannot see these verses, or they will give wrong meanings and translation to these verses. So easy a Sanskrit here, anybody will understand this. My eva. See, the first line has my, that means me. Second line has my, and the third line is my eva and no one else. इसके बाद क्या गुंजाइश बचा है? What is remaining to speculate after this? Right? Now Krishna goes to the 9th verse and says, "Na samadha atachittam samadhatu na." You cannot practice as verse 8, my devotee. Do this for me. Abhyasa yogena tato. Now, we all, sadhakas, we understand, always, focusing our mind on Krishna, utilizing our intelligence for Krishna is very difficult. That's a very advanced stage. The Brajavasis were like this. They are at that stage of text 8. Krishna says, you cannot do that. Okay, I tell you something else. Text 9 is for you. Krishna is saying, Abhyasa yogina, start doing abhyasa, start doing sadhana. So when people come to ISKCON, we will tell them, see, regularly chant 16 rounds of Hare Krishna, follow 4 regulated principles, worship the deity, study scriptures, associate with devotees, serve Krishna. This is all abhyasa. And it is not that, I will do one day and someday I will not do. No, abhyasa means it has to be done every day. Same things have to be repeated. And what will happen? If you do this, like as said in text 9, you will reach text 8. So the best is a devotee of text 8, that practice. But you cannot do text 9. Now Krishna goes one step further down. Okay, you cannot even do abhyasa. You come to temple, devotees tell you chant Hare Krishna, but you cannot do it every day regularly. You cannot even be a good sadhaka. Even this simple things is not okay. Krishna says, go to text 10. Abhyasa apya asamartha. Not samartha, not possible for you to do abhyasa also properly. Mat karma paramo bhava. What do? You engage. Mad artham api karma. You do your karma. That means, as per dharma, you do some work. You are attached to some, you don't want to work for me. You want to work for your own understanding. I feel I should do this in the world. I feel I should do something else in the world. No. Why to only serve Krishna? No problem. You want to do something else? Do it within the purview of dharma. But the results you will get, start offering it to me. That's why people will tell, okay, some part of your salary, okay, you want to do your work, wherever you are working or whatever you may be doing, some part of that results offer it to Krishna. That is text 10. Now you are not doing anything for Krishna. You are doing what you like, but the result you offer to Krishna, text 10. If you do this, you will reach to text 9. If you do that, then you go to text 8. Like Prabhupada in ISKCON started life membership. What was the understanding? Okay, you will do your work, you have your business, you have your work, okay. Give some part of it for service of Krishna. Prabhupada brought them to text 10. Simply by one scheme within ISKCON. Text 10, people are, and then you find so many of them. Yes, I have taken life membership. Will I get to stay in ISKCON temple? Yeah, please come. Can I come for Sunday feast? Yes, please come. Oh, you told you will give Prabhupada books also. Please take Prabhupada books. They will come to text 9. And so many life members have become like, full sadhakas and then have become devotees. So Krishna going, now text 11, Krishna says, you cannot do this also. Giving your results to me, 100% results, you offer it to me. You cannot do that. Athaitad, that is text 11. Athaitad apya ashaktosi kartum mad yogamashritah sarvakarma phalatyagam tata kuru yatatmavan. If, however, you are unable to work in this consciousness of me, then try to act giving up all results of your work and try to be self-situated. In text 12, Krishna goes and creates a hierarchy. Who is better? Varnashram and karma. Better than that is jnana. Better than jnana is dhyana. And better than dhyana is serving me, working for me. Now, the remainder of the chapter is the qualities in a devotee that Krishna likes to see. As you are going from text 11 to 10, 10 to 9, 9 to 8, the devotee is expected to develop all these qualities, which will be there in the Ashtakam, 8 verses from text 13 to 20. And Krishna says, these devotees are very dear to me, who have such qualities. Adveshta sarvabhutanam maitrah karuna evacha nirmamo nirahankarah samadukha sukhakshami santushta satatam yogi yatatma dhrida nishchayah mai arpit mano buddhir yo mad bhaktah same priya. Mad bhaktah same priya, very priya to me. This bhakta, which one who is not envious but is a kind friend to all living entities, right? Only a devotee can be kind to everyone. Like one time, when a reporter was conducting an interview, and one lady was shouting on the TV, "Say, these municipal officials, they were mistreating stray dogs. Today, I put a police complaint, and I ensured that these municipal officials, are put behind bars." And the reporter asked this lady, "Oh, so nice. You've done a great job. Can I ask you, what did you have for lunch?" And she said, "Chicken." And the reporter said, "You want to help the dogs. Why not the chicken?" Oh, you're not kind friend to all living entities. A devotee will come to this point. No, no, no. I don't want to kill anybody to fill my belly. Right? Whatever I eat is vegetarian, and even vegetarian I don't eat. I offer it to Krishna and take permission, and then I eat. Right? So only a devotee can be a kind friend to all. Krishna, who does not think himself a proprietor and is free from false ego, who is equal in both happiness and distress, who is tolerant, always satisfied, self-controlled, and engaged in devotional service with determination, his mind and intelligence fixed on me. Such a devotee of mine is very dear to me. Text 15. He for whom no one is put into difficulty, and who is not disturbed by anyone, who is equipoised in happiness and distress, fear and anxiety, is very dear to me. Text 16. My devotee who is not dependent on the ordinary course of activities, who is pure, expert, without cares, free from all pains, and not striving for some result, is very dear to me. Text 17. One who neither rejoices nor grieves, who neither laments nor desires, and who renounces both auspicious and inauspicious things, such a devotee is very dear to me. Text 18 and 19. One who is equal to friends and enemies, who is equipoised in honor and dishonor, heat and cold, happiness and distress, fame and infamy, who is always free from contaminating association, always silent and satisfied with anything, who doesn't care for any residence, who is fixed in knowledge and who is engaged in devotional service, such a person is very dear to me. And Krishna ends the chapter. Those who follow this imperishable path of devotional service and who completely engage themselves with faith, making me the supreme goal, are very, very dear to me. Bhaktas te ativa me priya. And not even one verse for the impersonal worshipper. They are also dear to me. No. They follow that path. Okay, that's what they want to do. But who is dear? My devotee is very dear to me, Krishna is saying. Thank you very much. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Po. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Any questions, comments, clarifications? Yes, Sridhar.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you for the class. So you were mentioning about this people who are in the line of Satchit Shanti. They also do things like chanting, but they do it to become God. And then there is 12.10 where 12.9 where there is again mention of sadhana, which is in line of devotion. So can you please elaborate on what is different in between these two ways of sadhana, and is there any mindset difference that is the main thing, or something else?
Yes. The mindset, the attitude, the consciousness with which one does it. Right? Like there are two kids going to school. One goes to only do time pass, and one kid goes for studies. Both are going to school, but what are they going for? Right? So similarly, two people performing devotional service, external, everything is going on external activity, but with what motive? Right? Like, you see, there is out of 100 people coming in the temple, right? How many come? Oh, I have some service in the temple. I want to perform service. Most people will come, take darshan, and order Krishna, please do something for me. Or they may come to thank Krishna, thank you, you did this for me. Continue doing the job. Okay, good job. You've done a good job. Keep this coconut, keep these few flowers with you. Right? How many will come and pray to Krishna? Please engage me in your service. Please allow me to be your devotee. Please, Krishna, let me be at your lotus feet. Right? The devotee would like to take darshan of the feet first, not the face also. That's devotion. Okay, Sridhar?
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay, let us stop it for today. Next week, when we meet, we will discuss the 13th chapter, the knowledge section, and many things will be as a revision because Arjuna will once again want some more clarification on what Krishna has spoken. So that's the section between 13th to 18th chapter. And in the 18th chapter, Krishna will say, wait, Arjuna, let me summarize the thing for you. And ultimately, Krishna will say, I'll give you one verse. This is my last instruction. And through Arjuna, is telling all of us there, Sarva Dharman Parityaj, give up all your so-called dharmas. Mam ekam sharanam vraja. Only surrender unto me. Mam ekam sharanam. Take my sharan. And Krishna says, oh, aham tvam sarva papebu. Don't worry about your background. Will you be able to do it and will it happen? Don't worry. I will protect you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear ma shucha. And that's the summit of Bhagavad Gita. That's where Bhagavad Gita takes us. This is what is to be. One instruction, Krishna says, take my Sharanagati, surrender unto me. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Then pranam.
Dandavat. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.